Welcome to New Hampshire's Business. I'm Fred Coker. 6,547 charitable nonprofits in the state of New Hampshire. And they've just put out an economic impact report, and here are the numbers, and they're stunning. $11 billion in revenue generated, $4.6 billion in wages paid, 83,453 employees, 15% New Hampshire workforce of the New Hampshire workforce, and 329,000 volunteers. Now, here are the nonprofits by the mission they serve. 32.4% human services, 17.5% education, 12% arts and culture, 8.2% foundations, and here's some more, 7.2% environment, 6.9% health, 5.7% religion, and 3.2% community improvement. With me to talk about this is the CEO of the New Hampshire Center for Nonprofits, Kathleen Reardon. Welcome. Nice to have you here.
Glad to be here.
Were you surprised by those stunning numbers?
I wasn't, but of course, this is what I do. I work, I work and advocate for the nonprofit sector.
Yeah.
I think, though, one of the reasons we did this report is because people don't understand the scope and impact of nonprofits in our communities. And so this is a way for us to really get some basic information out about how much they contributed to our quality of life.
I thought it was interesting because you had 15% of the total New Hampshire workforce work for nonprofits. Nationally, it's 10%.
Yeah.
So we have more people working in nonprofits.
Yeah, we really in New Hampshire rely on our nonprofit community very extensively. We partner with government to provide a lot of basic services as well as, to support the quality of life in New Hampshire.
Yeah. The largest group of the nonprofits are in the human services, 32%. Clearly, that is growing. Is it?
Yeah, I think that the human service organizations are a big part of the nonprofit sector. They always have been, health and human services. But I think one of the other pieces is to remember that the nonprofit sector is quite diverse. And so we often do think about those social service agencies, but it's also arts organizations that are focused on the environment, those organizations that help support our youth and education. So, really it's quite a diverse sector in our state. Most
of the nonprofits, correct me if I'm wrong, are in southern New Hampshire. I mean, the big collection of them are in southern New Hampshire. Not so many in northern New Hampshire. Do we need more in northern New Hampshire? Are they being served adequately?
Well, I think that we do break down the number of nonprofits in each county for people to see that, and certainly there are more in Manchester and Rockingham counties, Hillsborough and Rockingham counties, but some of those are large statewide organizations that are also serving the North Country and other regions of the state. So, I'm not sure. There may be in some kinds of focus areas that there maybe needs to be more, but I think the distribution reflects a lot of the population distribution. State
government plays a large role in human services in this state, and a lot of those missions that we put up on the screen. Is the state serving the nonprofit sector adequately right now in the state?
I mean, nonprofits often partner with the state. Not every nonprofit does, and I think that's one of the other points of the report is that nonprofits all have very diverse funding models. Some contract quite extensively with the state in order to fuel their missions.
And let's put that nonprofit's budget up on the screen because this tells the story. 437 budgets are over $1 million. Some of those would be hospitals. 1,346 budgets are $50,000 to $1 million, but 4,764 budgets are less than $50,000. So fundraising is a challenge.
Well, 70% of the organizations in New Hampshire are under $50,000. Those are really a lot of your grassroots organizations that are fueled by volunteers. And again, some nonprofits rely heavily on contributions. Some use fees and services, tickets, other things as well. Very diverse.
And you have a lot of jobs opened in nonprofits. Let's put that up, and here they are. 151 open nonprofit jobs currently listed on your New Hampshire Center for Nonprofits website. And there's the website address. Is that the average number of openings, or is that more than usual?
We've been seeing a lot of jobs posted on our websites for the last couple of years, and you can think about a lot of the nonprofits that post are in the health and social service areas where we have seen a lot of workforce shortages in our state.
Kathleen Reardon, CEO of the New Hampshire Center for Nonprofits. Thanks.
Thank you.